And
riding the horse,
and
shooting the arrows.
Arrows, right? So if you were alive, would you be teaching us to shoot arrows or to shoot guns? If you were alive right now.
He will teach you how to shoot guns if you're in the army, yeah. Yeah, but not Prophet was not teaching every human being.
No, listen. Back in the day, I'm not sure if I'm true.
No, brother, I don't know. Maybe in America you have different mentality, but in Britain, we cannot be teaching Muslim layman how to shoot a gun.
No. That's not my argument.
What is it? And you haven't any chance in the hadith.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but this
the
is my
hadith
first...
Prophet said, from the signs of the hour or before the day of judgment will be established, the most happiest person with this dunya will be Luka ibn Luka. Who is Luka ibn Luka? As the Shawkani, may Allah have mercy upon him, said, foolish-minded, the son of foolish-minded. And this is what you see exactly in social media, that the foolish-minded youth are leading the Muslim communities. You know, now you see someone with his wife doing haram openly, claiming that even some of them are bringing into the dawah scene, claiming that is da'wah. You know, you have to show the non-Muslims that we can laugh and we can joke. You don't have to humiliate yourself to show the Muslim that you can laugh. You know, the non-Muslims are not criteria for our belief to be correct or not correct. You know, as we love, alhamdulillah, we joke, but you don't have to. There's a difference between al-muzah wal-hazm. There's a difference between joking and humiliation. Joking, yeah, you joke, like Prophet did joke, Sahaba did joke, with truth, of course, not lying.
Can I talk soon, by the way, if you don't mind? Can I just
I know, but I'm just
I know, okay.
You can't, so go ahead.
Okay, I agree with your view on social media, but that's just one aspect that we need to deal with. Yeah. Again, our Muslim brothers and sisters are being oppressed all over the world. Yeah. When the Mahdi comes, what is he going to do? Is he going to protest? What is he going to do to save our oppressed Muslim brothers and sisters in places like Israel, India, Kashmir, China? What is he going to do? Is he going to talk about social media like you are? Or is he going to train? Is he going to tell the Muslims, go out, learn military skills, learn how to shoot guns?
How do you know that?
I don't know that, but how else would it happen?
No, I'll tell you how it happened. Exactly how Prophet Muhammad did it. When the Prophet Muhammad came to Mecca, did he teach the people how to shoot, or he was teaching Aqidah?
But brother, look, listen, that's a good point.
Okay, when Musa came to Bani Israel in Misr, was he teaching how to shoot, or he was teaching Aqidah and how to be patient with some of hardship? You know, you cannot jump, brother. You cannot jump. The reason you are saying about the Mahdi.
How else are we going to save the Muslims over there?
To save, brother, look. Before you save the Muslims, you have to save ourselves as well. Understand?
Okay.
You cannot. If I'm chained up, I cannot save no one, brother. And we are chained up by not following the Quran and the Sunnah. Now we have people. They say no, we have to update the Quran. How are you going to take these people? We have people who don't even pray. How are these people going to fight the enemies? They don't even pray, akhi.
Do you think the Navy SEALs in America care if you pray? Do you think they care if you're Shia or Sunni?
Allah cares.
No, but do they care? People who are gonna maybe have to fight.
I don't know about the Native Americans.
But do you think they care? You know, I've gone on.
They do care. Yeah, they do. They do care, brother. I just answered you. They do.
Okay, good. Thank you.
That's why when the Yahud, when the Zionists found out Salafiyya was spread in Palestine, they were not happy with it. Because they know the teacher of Salafiyya will give the victory to the Muslims. Because that is the teacher of Muhammad and the Sahaba. You see, that's why Abdul Hamid bin Badis, let me just give you history not long ago. No Prophet Muhammad's time, in Algeria, in my country. When Abdul Hamid bin Badis was the Islamic scholar, yeah. You know Abdul Hamid bin Badis?
No, I don't know.
He's one of the great Islamic scholar. And Bashir Ibrahimi, and Mubarak al-Mili, and other than them. They came back from, there's some in Egypt, some in Syria, in Saudi. When they came back, they told the Algerians, you cannot fight. Why you cannot fight? Because you are drowning in the dunya. What they start doing? They start opening schools. When the French noticed that, they start fighting and stopping Abdul Hamid bin Badis, may Allah have mercy upon him, to teach the Muslims. And the Algerian revolution was based upon the student of Imam Abdul Hamid bin Badis. So what he did, he followed the path of Al-Mustafa والسلام, and the path of Musa والسلام, and the path of Allah, the path of the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down. As for bringing some layman brother, telling come to
but if the Algerians...
Brother, are you the teacher or who's the teacher?
I'm not here to learn. I'm not here to teach. I'm just here to discuss.
Even though here to learn, brother.
But listen, if the Algerians were armed to the teeth, do you think they would ever be oppressed in the first place?
Say again?
If the Algerians were armed to the teeth, if they all owned guns, just like the mass majority of Americans do, my home country, do you think they would be oppressed in the first place?
Really? Clearly, don't know history. Algeria, before the French came to Algeria, Algeria was the strongest army.
No, army, not army. I'm talking about civilian population.
Brother, I don't know.
How can a country control civilian population?
If
What about
you're-
Ottomans?
listen,
Ottomans?
okay, let me explain my point. Again, I'm from Southern California. I'm from Texas. Okay, if you were to go and let's say hypothetically you were to defeat the American army, right? It would still be impossible for you to take over a place like Alabama or Texas because they're all armed to the teeth. That's my point here. It doesn't matter if your military is strong. If the civilians are strong, then it will be significantly harder for the invaders to come and take your country over.
Are you sure?
Well, that's what I think.
Yemen
yeah.
is, you know about Yemen?
No, I don't know.
Yemen, there's more gun than human being in Yemen.
Okay, so
And everyone has a gun.
and
You know,
they're-
you know,
okay,
you know,
that's good.
do you know that?
And they're
Brother,
defeating the
No,
Saudis.
brother, they're not defeating no Saudi, they're not defeating
Sure.
Iran.
No,
Why-
Saudi Arabia has an incompetent army.
What
and
about
there's-
Iran? Why don't you talk about Iran?
What about Iran? What about Iran?
Iran, they're in Yemen.
Okay, so but what about it?
Do you know history of Yemen? Do you know history of Yemen? How it started?
Aren't the Houthis Shias though?
No, do you know how the history of
Aren't the
Yemen?
Houthis? No, I don't know.
Brother,
the history.
okay, I'll tell you the history of Yemen.
Okay, please
The
tell me.
history of Yemen.
By the way, this is my first debate. You know,
I thought you come to ask questions. Are you here to debate?
I don't know. Again, this is my first time here. And
You know, brother, anyway, I'm going to tell you this.
I can't believe it, man. I used to watch you for 5 years, and now here I am talking to you. This is crazy, man.
American people, they with the accents, you know. Especially American. Anyway, you are our guest, so I have to take care of you, man.
All right, thank
You
you.
are our guest here, so
Okay.
have a day.
By the way, which mosque you praying?
I pray in Dar Sunnah, Bush Market.
Do you go there every day? You go there every day or what?
What, are you going to give me hasanat?
I'm thinking about it. You want me to give you hasanat? I can give you hasanat. Don't worry about it.
According to my ability. Sometimes I do.
Don't worry
sometimes
about
I
it, man. I'll take care of you. Don't worry.
don't. Sometimes I do. Anyway, my
Us
brothers.
Americans, we take care of you, Brits. Don't worry about it. Okay?
So Yemen started
Okay.
when the Shi'is were killing the Muslims in the Mash.
Of course,
Okay?
okay.
But no one was speaking about it.
Okay.
You know, that was 2009. However, the Shia, they were getting weaponized by the Iranian regime. But no Muslim speaking about it. No one cares because why? Everyone hates Saudi. Even if Saudi fights against Zionists, I believe some Muslim will be with the Zionists against Saudi. No doubt about that. And I will say that before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some Muslims, they have some crazy hatred against Saudi. Even if Saudi are fighting with a weapon against Zionists, they would say, no, Zionists, I think they're all right. Some hatred, okay? So when the Shia were killing the Sunnis in the Mash, 2009, where the social media or the media or the newspapers, how come no one was speaking about it? And those people, those brothers and sisters in the Mash, they were just studying. They were not holding, killing no one. However, then Shia started spreading in Yemen, you know, killing, especially when they rebelled. And it's known, those who cause to rebellion against the Muslim leaders or leader, majority of times, behind them are Shia, as a Rafida, are known to come to Muslim countries when there is a fight and so on to take over. So they start taking over, they start killing the Sunnis. Now, Saudi was involved.
Why don't Sunnis arm themselves then?
They have, I just told you, they have weapons.
Yeah. So how come Shias are defeating
Because
Sunnis?
in Yemen, a lot of them, they're just chewing gas.
So what you're saying is that
You know,
the Shias always defeat
You're
Sunnis?
missing my point, brother.
What's the point?
My point here is if you have billion of weapons and your iman is weak,
Okay.
wallahi, you will not do nothing. And the proof for that, I'll give you history. The proof of that, when the Muslims in Andalusia fought against the Crusades, you know how many Muslims? There were 3 times more than the Christians. Why? The Muslims are fighting each other because of dunya. Allah humiliated them. So I'm just showing you from the history that I've studied, alhamdulillah, based upon Andalusian history, based upon the current history, based upon the Prophet Muhammad's time. To show you that it's not about numbers, brother. It's about the iman.
I didn't say anything about numbers. I
It's
said
not about the
skills.
weapons. It's not about the
I
weapons.
said about skills.
When I say numbers, brother,
Yeah.
it's not about the weapons, akhi.
It's about the
It's
skills,
iman.
the skills.
Even the skills. If your iman is weak, if you if you put soul into a grave,
Okay.
that will not. Brother,
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Brother, I have to finish it. My brother,
Please,
look.
go ahead.
Allah and His Messenger made it clear. He said, alayhi salatu salam, He said, it will come a time, تتداعى عليكم الأمم كما تتداعى الأكلة على قصعتها. قالوا أو من قلة يا رسول الله. قال بل إنكم كثير. They said it will come a time when the nations will come together against you, just as the people come surrounded the meal, the food. They said, oh Messenger of Allah, are we going to be little? He said, no, we're going to be a lot. Then you know what he said?
I don't mean to sound rude. Could you stop doing that, please? I don't mean
Oh,
to
no problem, no problem. Just, sorry about that. Anyway, you know what? In America, everyone touch everyone. You're from America?
What? Of course I'm from America. Where else would I be from?
No, Americans, I know they touch each other, so they don't mind that. But anyway, maybe exception.
I don't know about that, but
anyway, brother, the point is, look, Prophet Muhammad said, not because of numbers, because Allah will send down humiliation upon you. That's what Prophet Muhammad said. My brother, if you want to give and teach people how to use weapons, you can do that. I have to stop here. Take care of yourself. May Allah bless you. If you need anything, yeah, brother. If you don't done, I'm not gonna hold your mouth. I'm leaving.
Can I have this one point? I just want to.
Yeah, but you can do it by yourself, brother, because I have to go. No, brother, I have to
Dude,
go. If you
you've
need
been
anything as
speaking
a
the
guest,
majority.
no, brother, if you need anything
Brother,
as a guest,
Shamsi,
let me know. I have to go, brother, seriously. Because it's not going nowhere.
What do you mean it's not going on?
It's not going nowhere.
Listen,
You keep going
I'm
back
not-
to the weapons and so
No,
on.
I'm not, dude. Okay, fine. Maybe again, this is my first time here talking with a person who gives dawah. This is my first time. Okay, just listen to me.
Because I have a class, so I
So
want
you have a class, all right? Good for you. So your argument is because Muslims have low iman. Some of us, Allah won't grant us victory, right?
Some of us, lots of us, not some of us.
Okay, you know what I mean. Some of us, a lot of
I don't know what you mean. Some of us mean some. Doesn't mean
Okay,
no.
fine. Right.
Yes.
A lot of us have low iman, so that's why Allah won't grant us victory. So why is Allah giving Israel victory?
Allah, who said Allah is giving Israel a victory?
They're killing a lot of our Muslim brothers.
Yeah, but who said that
Why
is
is
a
He
victory?
giving India victory? Why?
You want me to answer
Why
that?
does he- Okay, go ahead.
I just told you the hadith. You clearly don't
He just
listen.
explained it to you.
The hadith that Allah has given us victory because we as a Muslims, we know the truth and we turn away from it due to our sins and turn away from the Quran and Sunnah. Allah is going to give them victory. Allah is not aiding them. Allah is shining us and testing us because of that. Some of us will be a test and some of us will be a punishment for us to go back to Allah and His Messenger, to go back to Quran and Sunnah. When I say go back to Allah and His Messenger, to Quran and the Sunnah. Do you understand that? For example, Bani Israel, the same thing. Bani Israel in Egypt, Pharaoh was torturing them. Why? Because they turned away from the teaching of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, brother, read the Quran and all the questions that you're looking for is in the Quran. When Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, when Khalid al-Walid, I believe he went to fight against the Persians, he asked, he said, can you send 200 soldiers? You know how many soldiers he sent? Two men. Al-Qa'qa' and Amr al-Tamimi, and I forgot another Sahabi. He said, these two men are equal to 200. Why? Because of the iman, because the taqwa, because the quwwah. Not because, you understand that? So we have, that's why Ibn Khattab, may Allah please with him, he said, oh Muslims, fear the sins, stay away from the sins. Allah will give you victory. If you commit sins, Allah will leave you with your enemy based upon the normal means. But if we go back to Allah, Allah will give us a victory and Allah will aid us, just as what happened in the battle of Badr.
So would it be correct to say that Mahdi will come, he will strengthen everybody's iman, and then he will waste it? Would it be fair to say something like that?
Yeah, he can teach the people. Yeah.
He's going to teach the people the proper sunnah, and then
Yeah.
Allah will give us victory, and then we can save all the
Allah
oppressed.
said that in the Quran. Yeah. Allah said
Okay.
subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَيَنْصُرَنَّ اللَّهُ مَنْ يَنْصُرُهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَقَوِيٌّ عَزِيزٌ.
Okay.
Allah will give victory to those who follow Allah's teaching. In Allah, another verse, Allah said, إِنَّا لَنَنْصُرُ رُسُلَنَا وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا
Okay.
وَيَوْمَ يَقُومُ الْأَشْهَادُ. We'll give victory to our messengers and to the believers. The person might say, but there's some messengers, okay, I'm just explaining, give you benefit, because you're not talking based upon Quran, brother. You're just telling us Mahdi. So let us benefit, let us
I'm
share.
just asking you,
Yeah. So,
if I were to think logically, if I were to think rationally, when Mahdi comes, how else would he save our oppressed Muslims?
if you think logically,
If you're
how
not through-
1,000, how 300 people are going to defeat 1,000 people?
No, look, listen to me. They
That's
give you
not
more
better.
No,
لا في some people
Finish.
recording, خلاص.
guys, this is private. Could you guys not?
Done.